The U.S. Treasury Secretary says the crisis caused by the coronavirus pandemic would have a lasting impact on African Americans unless action is taken. Janet Yellen made the remark in a virtual meeting she and Vice President Kamala Harris held with dozens of members of the National Black Chambers of Commerce. Yellen said economic crises hit people of color harder and longer. She stressed that during the early days of the pandemic, African Americans were the first to lose their jobs. The recession has hit women and minorities particularly hard, with businesses owned by African Americans closing at twice the rate of their white counterparts. Pleased to bring in Life Malcolm, a community organizer and African working class representative. Life, welcome. What's your reaction to this story?
African people have always been hit hard by the colonial system of the United States of America, so it's nothing new. We've never been anything other to the United States than a resource to exploit. So the fact that the colonial, y'all call it the COVID-19, the coronavirus, we call it the colonial virus. So the colonial virus has had the same impact on us as every other thing that thing that has happened to us under this colonial system. So it's no surprise. It's really not an exciting story in my view. It's just a different way of phrasing the contradiction that we all face, all the colonial subjects in the United States face. What is important is the opportunity to get on this news outlet. Like, there are not enough news outlets like Press TV that allow us to say that people who are colonial subjects in the United States and other areas around the world have to take control of our lives so that these types of things cannot have such a severe effect on us.
Do you have any optimism in life at all that maybe action perhaps might or will be taken so that black-owned businesses will not close twice the rate of their white counterparts?
Well, again, that's not really important, because even if black businesses thrive, most black businesses in the United States take their money to white banks, to colonial institutions. So it doesn't matter if the black business thrives or not. What we have to...
Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. Onto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. This is an ongoing sequel, so to speak, because I'm sitting there watching this thing. The brother had put it up on Press TV, and about Jakes or not, who he has hit harder the most with this pandemic that's this at display, and it takes Jake even harder to get out of the predicament that they are in. And what I meant by ongoing, this is part of the curses. All right. See, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, in case you have not known, in case you've been living under a rock, you are the biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And the things that's happening onto you is not by accidents. It's not by coincidence. The things that's happening unto you is because the Lord, the Heavenly Father, who is your creator, told you long ago that if you did not obey him, that he will put curses upon you. All right? And it seems that, the Lord kept his word for a long period of time towards you. I'm just going to the scripture, Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It says, but if thou shalt, it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And it said, here's some of the curses, because this is exactly what the guy was saying, right? It says, cursed shall thou now be in the city, cursed shall thou be in the field. So whatever city from New York to Cleveland to LA to Houston, Dallas to Colorado, Arkansas, you could name it, wherever city. You could be in Delhi, that's in India. You could be in what's another capital I can think of real quick? Istanbul. You can be in Egypt. All right, Cairo. You could be all these lands, thinking that you got yourself in a better case, but these curses will fall upon you. All right, and that's what I mean by the field. The field means the world. Verse 17: Cursed shall be thy basket and thy stores. And like the guy was trying to say, even with the small businesses, we don't own blank black owned banks. So no matter what you do, you're cursed. All right, I'm going to 48. It says, verse 48, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and thirst and nakedness and want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he destroy thee. And that's what happened unto us. So you cannot do nothing in this society without this man. Now you have a lot of these people on the net chattering, saying that we must own our own black businesses and do our own thing. You have certain celebrities talking about Atlanta is the new Wakanda, which Wakanda is fictional. It's not real. It's not a real place. It was something that was it Jack Kirby and Stan Lee came up with to make a character called Black Panther, and his homeland was Wakanda. It's not real. So you have all these people that sitting there trying to get themselves out of a financial crisis. Well, the world is changing. Like the brother was speaking today at camp, a younger brother, the geopolitics has changed, and you Negroes don't understand what's going around you. Things have changed. It's not the same. You can't get up and just create your own business and do the things that you would do before. Those days are over. They shutting things down. And one of the main reasons why you cannot achieve or prosper, which is all the curses, which a lot of you don't believe, but Esau has changed the game. He's taken out that fiat currency so much, the fiat currency that you love so much and kill, rape, rob, and murder each other for, killing each other for blocks that have nothing to do with nothing. And he has changed the game on you. Now everything has to be digital. All right? So there's no escape from these things. There's only one way to escape. And the only one way to escape is go back to the Lord. But a lot of jakes won't do that. 2/3 of the nation of Israel can't understand that no matter what you put your hands to, is not going to prosper in this world. All right? Ain't going to happen. Okay? Because the Lord said so. The Lord did this to you. And he's not going to let off. It's not going to be a season where you get everything back. This is it. The Lord is stripping you. He's taking everything from you. Matter of fact, since I'm saying that, Jeremiah 30, I'm going to start at 11. Matter of fact, yeah. Jeremiah 30 and 11, it says, I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee. Yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So you're not gonna make to the kingdom of heaven unscathed. Things will change dramatically. I remember the elder said it the best, Elder Daz Dakwa. He said it. He said the Lord is putting Jake in a state as He has put them in the wilderness, relying on Him. So the Lord is taking away, the Most High Yahweh is taking away all the things that you got comfortable with in this society, and He's slowly taking it away from you, leaving you no other choice. See, it doesn't matter about the materialistic things that you have in this world, or the materialistic accomplishments that you accomplish, college degrees and so forth. That doesn't mean nothing to the Lord. That don't mean nothing, period. All right? You're going to come to find out it was only one way you were supposed to do it. It was by coming through to the Lord. It says, for thus saith the Lord, that bruises is uncurable, that wound is grievous. There's none to plead thy cause. Yeah, you see all these newscasts. You even got a so-called black woman into office and still telling you the same thing. And the president, Biden, said yesterday that they will not be full employment into 10 years. So your world is about to crumble. All right? And I'm talking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those that got comfortable in the society. Those that thought everything's going to be all right. I'm a taxpayer. Well, I'm not a taxpayer. I'm I go to school or I don't go to school. I'm doing everything that the society said is right. You still are going to lose. This society is not meant for you to prosper. All right? This place is the opposite of the prosperity that was promised to you because of these curses. And this is, it says, verse 13, there is none to plead thy cause that thou mayest be bound up, that has no healing medicine. So you could come up with all the stimulus packages and all the sorts of things. There's no healing for you, Jakes, man. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. And don't they all? They signed a petition. Oh, speaking of lover, for you Biden supporters, I did showing it. He signed executive orders to protect the alphabet people all around the world. Nothing with you. And add more insult to injury, the whole psyop of Black Lives Matter, BML, that was run by 3 lesbians. That whole psyop is not meant for you. That was meant for you black men. That wasn't meant for you. That was meant for women and men that want to be women. And it got hijacked by other people a long time ago. So no matter what you look at, your lovers, the people that you made a covenant with, turn their back on you, and they still gonna turn their back. It said, they seek thee not, for I wounded thee with a wound of an enemy. Hey, that's why nobody wants to be around you. All right, it's like, damn, God don't like you people, because that's a fact. It says, with chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. And that's the reason. That's the reason why it's hard body. You will never prosper in this society. It wasn't meant to prosper in this society. All right? This society was meant for a prison cell, a punishment for us. Micah 2:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This is not the resting place for you Negroes, Latinos, and Arabs. We are the biblical Israelites. And as Israelites, first of all, the name Yasha Allah, he's the prince of the power, which in the English is called Israel. If you're an Israelite, you need to be in the land of Israel, right? We're lost people. We're people that's been robbed. You know what? I'm thinking about it. Let me just read it. Isaiah 42. Everything's spiritual, man. I gotta say that. Isaiah 42:20. It says, seeing many things, but observe not. Matter of fact, 19. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant? And it's talking about Israel. Seeing many things, but observe not. Opening the ears, but hear not. Because we told you these things was to happen. Your enemy is pretending to take care, put you in the forefront as he cares about you, just to slaughter you. And he's taken everything that you built upon, everything in this society is built upon our ancestors. All right, and take the stuff that we built, and take it away from us, and then leave us out there to strand as nothing. All right, you see these things are taken away from you, but you understand now. You don't understand what's really happening. So the Lord is well pleased with his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and a snare is a trap. All right, and holes and are hid in prison houses, and that's why the majority of people that's in prison are Israelites. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none save restore. So what that guy would just said out of his own mouth is telling people that we are robbed and spoiled people. Right? And he had the right. He quoted it right. The colonial pandemic. All right, because it's clear as day what's really happening right before your eyes, and they're taking more from Jake. So that's leading Jake will find no other option. That's how the Lord is doing it, man. He's leaving you no other option, that you have to come to him. All right. And those of us that did come back to the Lord, pursuing Hosea 5:15, that he will. Matter of fact, let me read that. I don't want to butcher it. Hosea 5:15, it says, I will go and return to my place until they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. And their affliction, they will seek me early. And those that's going to who is going to acknowledge their offenses, talking about the elect. All right? The Lord turned his back on his own people, but the elect is the one that's going to be saved. All right? Because the world that we in, we about to lose everything. And we understand that concept. But the rest of Israel, they don't understand that. And that's why when it comes, it's going to come as a horrible thing to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The way the Lord is about to do this, you're going to wish for the old days. And I'm going to end it off on, matter of fact, let me just end it off on this. Micah 2:10 says, Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it's polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So the Lord said this land is the land for our destruction. All right. So when you mean rise and depart, get off that Western mentality. Stop trying to be an entrepreneur in a land you building it on a sand cap. You building it on sand. All right. It's not gonna stand. And that's a lot of you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans still thinking that you can make it. Those that sold out to this man, he has no plan for you in the near future. The only plan that he has is going to use you, those that seem to have made it, to kill off your own. And at the end, he's going to destroy you. Okay? All ends to the same ending. And that's that. Everybody have to come to that judgment seat in front of the Lord. All right? So with that being said, hope you brothers edify. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.